Hello, everyone. This is Joe Pusateri, and I'm living the sober life. Today, I want to talk about step 11. So, step 11 is sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God. And if you like the material that we do here on this channel, please consider doing four things: liking the video, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Step 11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God. There's a couple things I want to say about it. First and foremost, it says to improve our conscious contact with God. So the assumption is that we have made conscious contact with God. And looking ahead, if you're earlier in the steps than step 11, that gives you an indication of what these steps are designed to do. And we talked last time about step 10. Step 10 is when you enter the world of the Spirit. And the world of the Spirit is this place where the promises have come true because we have worked the first 9 steps, and step 10 is the mechanism by which we stay in that world of the Spirit by doing the four things we talked about. That is, whenever we're disturbed, we ask God to remove it. We talk to somebody else about it. We make amends promptly if necessary. And we turn our attention to helping somebody else. And that keeps us in the world of the Spirit. Another way of saying the world of the Spirit is conscious contact with your higher power. And so step 11 is to maintain and to improve and to foster and to grow that conscious contact with God. And how do we do it? Well, it says right there, through prayer and meditation. Now, the prayer element is a very personal thing. Actually, both of them are very personal. So this is really an opportunity, for you to go into a path of spirituality that seems to resonate and that is calling you. And there's all kinds of wonderful books and material, podcasts, stuff you can find on YouTube, the internet, that can help you grow your spirituality. And this is the wonderful place to do it. So prayer, a very personal thing, is that contact that we initiate through a practice of gratitude, through a practice of communicating our needs. It's turning our attention towards God. The prayer that I do every day is I get down on my knees in the morning and I ask God to keep me sober and to direct my thinking, to give me a buffer in between a potential disturbance and my reaction to it. What I'm asking God is that, if I walk into a situation and something has happened or something happens that might make me angry, that instead of becoming angry immediately, that I would have this buffer of a few seconds to make a decision about how I'm going to react. I ask God also to be with me, to help me to be a channel of God's love and peace into the world rather than somebody that takes away. And then I go about my day. And before I go to bed at night, I get down on my knees again and I pray to God, asking God to keep me, or thanking God rather, for keeping me sober. And that is my prayer, the anchor of my prayer life. And then there's more prayer that I will do throughout the day as necessary, as will be the case for a lot of people. But I just want to talk about those two instances of prayer because I think that if you anchor those two things into your life, that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Then comes meditation. Meditation is one of those things in meetings that I hear people talk about kind of like this. They say, "Oh, meditation, I I don't do it as much as I should." And that is actually code for I don't do it at all. When I have said that myself, I don't do meditation as much as I should, what I really mean is I haven't done it in a long time, if at all. And I'm one of those people. I did not do the meditation at all in the beginning. I tried it a couple times as a part of going through the steps, and then it just completely disappeared. And the reason is easy to understand. A lot of people are uncomfortable meditating. It's like you sit, you close your eyes, you're silent, you're quiet, you don't move. And that's not a comfortable thing to do. It's not a comfortable way to be. And, when you stop and you close your eyes and you stop moving and try to stop thinking, it's almost like your mind just races. So this is my recommendation. First of all, let me give you a story. There was a time when I was about 2.5 years sober, and I was working in the construction and development business industry, and it was in the middle of the recession. Yet at the same time, we were building one of those extreme makeover home edition houses, and we were understaffed, and we were all working really, really hard. And so I was very, very, very busy at work. Plus, I got a wife and two children. I'm, in early sobriety, which can be bumpy as well. And I was in seminary. I had just started seminary a few months earlier, and that was very stressful. And I felt like I always had papers and quizzes and tests and things coming up, and a lot of reading to do that I couldn't catch up with. And I was just overwhelmed with stress. And I wasn't meditating. And one day I felt like I was coming apart. And for some reason, it occurred to me, probably went to a meeting and somebody talked about this, but it occurred to me to try the meditation. So this is what I did. I sat on my bed. I had sat on a pillow. I crossed my legs. I closed my eyes. I had earphones on, and I listened to some music without words. So I like orchestral music. I listened to, calm, soothing music, and just closed my eyes, and nothing happened. There was no lightning bolt. There was no flash of light. There was no deep peace that covered me or whatever. I just did that, and when I was done, I was done. And I did that over the course of a few days. And I never had these like aha moments or anything, but the practice of that really took the edge off the stress that I was feeling. And over time, that practice began to develop more and more, and I began to open up more. And I began to not only lose that sense of stress when I would meditate, but I would lose the sense of stress when I was going about my life. It was awesome. And what I want to pull out of all that is don't have any expectations. Don't think that it has to go any particular way. Don't expect that you're going to get this enlightenment or this, overwhelming sense of peace and serenity. Invariably, over time, there will be moments in which you will feel those wonderful things. But by and large, that should not be your expectation. A lot of times, it's just closing your eyes, sitting cross-legged, and just doing nothing for 15, 20 minutes. I was doing it for about 15 minutes. And it became a regular part of my life, and I absolutely swear by it. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing. It's kind of like working out. Like once you start working out and you make it a habit, you can't imagine not doing it because it's got so many benefits to your health and your level of energy and so forth. So that's what I want to say about step 11. Oh, there is one other thing. I read one time in a book about meditation, and the author of this book was from India, and he said that meditation can be like an elephant going through the street during a parade. So he explained, he said, in India, where I'm from, this is the author, he said, we would have these festivals, and during these festivals, there might be elephants walking through the streets. And the thing is, there's like thousands of people on either side of the street. And there's a danger that the elephant would trample everybody. So the way that the person who is leading the elephant keeps the elephant calm and from trampling everyone around it or becoming distracted by fireworks or activity or whatever is by putting a stick in its trunk. When the elephant is holding the stick, it's focused on it and it keeps it from being distracted around everything else. And he said that that is what meditation is like. It's like having something to focus on to keep from being distracted by everything else. And in meditation, we can focus on our breath, we can focus on music, we can focus on a prayer, we can focus on, a simple thought, and it keeps our mind from kind of going in all these different places. And when it does, it makes it easier to kind of refocus and come back. All right, step 11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God. It is a wonderful thing. I highly suggest doing it. If you're somebody that goes, I don't do it as much as I should. I see you. I know you don't do it at all. It's okay. We all get that place sometimes, but give it a shot. Try it. Try it for 90 days. And if after 90 days you don't like it, you can have all of your stress and anxiety back. That is a guarantee. All right. Love you. Take care. God bless. Talk to you soon. Oh, meditation. I don't do it as much as I should. And that is actually code for I don't do it at all.